Hello there, friends. How are you? If you see the red light at the top, it says live. That means you're catching me live. If not, you're catching me on the replay. So comment hashtag replay in the comments so I can give you an extra special shout out at another time. Let's see if we can get someone to pop on and join us. Hello, say hi when you pop on so I know who's there. Hello, Darlene. How are you? Oh, please work. Please work. Whoa. Hello, Raven. Hello, Marilyn. Hi, Susan. I'm just trying to get my laptop to work, you guys. I don't know about this thing. Hello, Shannon. You're leaving to go out of town for a few days. When you get back, you'll stop saying, I'm going to be taking all the stuff from the auction that was local to my mom's. You know where my mom lives in Athens? So I'll get with you. And you can pick it up from there. That works great. Whoa. Here is my thing. Thank you for spreading the joy, you guys. Thank you, Lori. Hello, Karen. Hello, Cheryl. You guys, I'm behind on my comments. Hi, Darlene. Hello, Lori. Okay. Trying to get the computer to pop up here. You guys, just a few seconds ago before I popped on, Blake and my son are over here because we're doing the demo in our basement over here, and they were ripping the paneling off the walls. I'm like, are you guys almost done? Because I can't craft with all this racket. Hi, Penny. How are you? Hello, Karen. Okay, you guys. Tonight, we're going to do another Christmas craft because it's Tuesday. Oh, where are my comments over here? Oh, brother. Well, the picture's here, but no comments. So I got to look up here. Oh, I can bring yours to the picnic. Oh, yeah, I can bring yours to the picnic on Sunday. Hello, Christy. How are you? Well, you guys, I'm going to try my best to see comments because I have my phone up here and the light's right above it, so it's kind of bright. But for some reason, the laptop popped up with no comments, so I don't know. I can't win with this thing. So, do you all have a good Tuesday? You know the next thing I was going to say is, it is Tuesday, right? Thank you for sprinkling, Christy. Okay, you guys, so under here, I don't want to lift it up yet. Under here is a canvas, right? So I'm going to end up taking that. I'm going to do like, take the canvas off and just use the frame. But I set out these paint sticks because this is going to be the background for our craft tonight. So I set out, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, you guys. I cannot count. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm glad you had a fantastic Tuesday, Susan. It rained here. It was kind of icky. Hello, Jackie. Good morning from the UK. I did mail your thing, Lori. I did. Look for it Friday or Saturday. I did mail it. I was gonna let you know that. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Thank you for spreading the blessings and joy, Penny. I appreciate that. You guys, so I'm just gonna take 3 paint sticks. I found some of these ones I got for free. You guys, I'll pick up paint sticks. You know, if you're at the store and they'll give you some free paint sticks, pick them up. Like, that's free craft supplies. It was 98 degrees today and the humidity is horrible. Oh my gosh, Cheryl. Ugh. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna put some glue on here, which I'm quickly running out. Hold on. And I'm running out of glue sticks. I gotta go replenish my glue stick supply here. So yeah, these were free sticks, so I'm all about free. So I'm going to stick one right here. Oh, there are my comments. Hello, Miss Mimi, how are you? Thank you for sprinkling the love, Cheryl. You were just checking. Well, you're gonna love, I think you're gonna love, Lori, what I sent you, because I loved it, and I was like, oh, that's super cute. I'm pretty sure you will. So you guys, I went to work today, you know, had to go in the building. Nasty storms, you're hoping, Karen, where are you at? What state are you in? You're all about free too, Melissa? Yeah, I'm all about free, so here's another one. Painters? I don't even know. Oh, Menards. This was a Menards stick. And then this, you know what? I think I found these when we were gutting the other side of the room over there. I think I found them. That's because I don't go to Menards very much. It's usually Lowe's because Blake gets the 10% discount as a veteran. You love free, yes. Love free. Okay, so I just wanted to put that together before I lifted it up. So this is going to be our surface for our craft. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I have this canvas frame. Of course, I don't have a ruler over here. My mom picked this up for me at I don't want to call it, I guess it was an estate sale. You're in Western New York, so it must have been like a front up here because it came through Michigan at like lunchtime. We got like an alert that said lightning within so far, and on my way home from work it was lightning pretty good. It didn't rain up really super hard, but a couple times today it did. So you guys, I'm just cutting the canvas off from this frame because I'm just going to use the frame. I'm not going to use the canvas. I can keep the canvas for another time, but I'm not going to use it. Hello, April. You just got back from Nashville from your daughter's wedding. Oh, how nice. I love Tennessee. We have a Nashville here in Michigan, but it's not like it's not like the Tennessee one. You had thunderstorms and lightning for about 20 minutes. Oh, about 20 minutes ago in Buffalo. Because that was kind of creepy. I just saw somebody walking outside the window over here. It was my son, but it scared me anyway. Because I'm like, who is walking out there? Okay, you guys, so I put a post out yesterday about asking me questions. And I said, thank you for spreading the joy, Mimi. I said I would answer any questions that you had, that you maybe you wanted to learn more about me. I would answer your questions. So let me bring up my secondary cell phone. Blake makes fun of me because I keep the Android just because I can, right? Hello, Brenda. How are you? Okay, so the first question was from Karen Hart, and she said, "Did you grow up in Michigan?" And I did. I grew up in a small town in Michigan called Athens, and it's about 15 minutes south of Battle Creek, so south of where I live right now. So I was born in Battle Creek because Athens doesn't have a hospital. It's like 1,000 people, maybe, maybe not even that. So yes, I did grow up there. You're northeast of Buffalo, near about 30 miles. Very cool. Thank you, Brenda, for spreading the blessings. I appreciate that. So you guys, hold on to this canvas. You might be able to use it for something else. I'm just going to stick it underneath my cupboard here. And I don't even think that I'm going to have to, let's see. All those nasty staples they have in there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, you guys. We'll have to figure out something. This is what we're going to have. I'm going to stain it. So this is going to be our frame and our surface. Hello, Kim. How are you? Okay, so yes, I grew up in Athens, little town. One of those little small towns where you're related to pretty much everybody that lives there. Like my grandma and grandpa went to high school together, and then my grandpa's family wasn't really in the Athens area. They were in a little town that was like west of there for the most part, but like it's just like cousins and everything. You were related to everybody, and it's like somebody would say, "Do you know so and so?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're related to them." It's one of those situations, right? So yes, and I never could get away with anything because my mom worked for the school, and see, I can talk about her tonight because she's away. So she's not here too. Well, she's usually not on Tuesdays anyway because she goes to her women's group. But when you have a parent that works at the school, they almost know that something's happened before you even do it. So anyway, so yes, grew up in Athens. I'm feeling good. I did mention having GERD. I have GERD. I want to say it's not active right now. So I'm doing much better. Yes, I've had it since I was pregnant for my son. He's going to be 24. And it's one of those things that I used to take medication for it, and now I don't have to, so I'm feeling much better. So Cheryl Tomlinson, love her. She asked a slew of questions. She just went for it. She's like, what about this? What about this? She just covered them all for you guys. So she asked, how did I meet Blake? And for those that might be new to my page, I'm engaged to Blake. And we're getting married August 27th. I'm just going to cut this cup down, you guys. I grabbed this cup earlier because I'm out of my little tiny cups. And I'm going to put some stain in here, and I'm going to water it down a little bit. I'm going to use Waverly Antique Wax. Pour just a little bit in here. So Blake and I actually met. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? Well, thank you. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. We met online. Yep, we did. Kelly decided, how am I going to meet a guy at, how old was I? 45? I think I was 45. I'm like, how am I going to meet a man at 45? I don't drink, so I don't go to bars. Like you really want to do that anyway, right? But how do you, I mean, if you ask yourself right now, if you were to start over at right now, however old you are, how do you think or you just be like, oh, forget it. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Just like, forget it. I'm not going to do it. Well, I knew I could be alone. I just didn't want to. So I went out on the dating sites, you guys. I ventured out onto the dating sites. And that's where I met Blake. And we met on the site called Plenty of Fish. So I think it was 2 years ago we were at Big Lots and we found this picture. I'll post it on the page. We found a picture that said something about fish in the sea. You're at 72, you say forget it. Shoot. Well, yeah, I guess you there are plenty of fish out there at 72. Okay, you guys. So I'm just brushing this on. I watered it down. It's real runny here, kind of like soupy looking. And I'm brushing it on here. And I might leave it a little bit dark. I might not brush. I was using a baby wipe on it, but I might. Same here at 64. You guys are like, forget it, not going there. Well, to be honest, I went out on dates with men and I was really kind of enjoying myself, just meeting new people. I always was safe. Okay, for one, I was very responsible. I always met them at a restaurant. I drove myself. We had dinner. I didn't do, after that, it's like, see you later, have a nice time. And then, sometimes there was a second date, sometimes there wasn't. It's just kind of one of those things. My mom and my sister would actually crack up at me because I would have like a couple dates in a weekend. Like I have a Friday date, a Sunday date, or a Saturday date, a Sunday morning breakfast date or something, They were like, oh my gosh, you're just dating all the time. But you kind of learn that at this age, okay, well, we all have baggage, right? Because at this age, you've either been married or you've been with somebody and you have kids, or you've been married several times. It's like everybody's got baggage. You were married 45 years, might be a cougar. You've been married 27 years, but dated for 10 years. We did you did it first. Yes, awesome. Yes. So I had to keep that in mind. At this age, everybody has baggage. It's different. When I met my first husband, I met him on my 21st birthday. I was the focus was finding a husband at 21 and having kids. Well, this time around, I was like, I don't need a husband. I sure as heck don't need any kids, I have one son, you guys, one son. I wasn't having any more kids. The plumbing has been removed. That's what I say. So I wasn't looking for that. So I was looking, one thing that I really focused on, you met your husband in middle school? Oh, awesome. That's awesome. I have a lot of friends who've met their spouses in, you know, like went to school with them, you know, like my best friend, her husband we went to high school with, so that's awesome. My mom and dad dated in high school, and and for those that don't know, our wedding date is August 27th, and that would be my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, or it is my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, but my dad passed away in December, so Blake and I decided to get married on their anniversary, so it's really cool. You were fun, young, and foolish at 21. Exactly. I was feeling kind of foolish when I started going on these dates. Like, oh my gosh, you know, some of these guys. Okay, you know, I don't know if any of you have been on dating sites, but what you find is that guys, well, women too, I'm sure, but guys like to post pictures of themselves like circa 30 years ago, like when they were the high school football player. I'm like, really? Hey, Christine, thank you for spreading the joy. You know, I had more than one guy say to me, whew, and I was like, they were like, thank you for looking like your picture. Apparently, a lot of women would do the same thing and like put pictures of them like maybe pre-children, or, you know, maybe we put on a few pounds and then post pictures. You know what I mean? Just not being authentic, like, you know what I mean? Like, you really should probably look, you guys, my glue gun wants to fly on the floor. You probably should really look like your pictures if you're gonna meet somebody, right? So I really wanted to find somebody who, I mean, they didn't have to have children, but I wanted somebody who had, you know, who had children. I don't know. I didn't have to have that, but I thought it was kind of cool to just kind of learn about how the person is with their kids. There was a couple guys that I went out with that were like, they didn't have anything to do with their children. And I'm like, they were adults and they had grandkids. I'm like, you don't see your kids like at all? Like, you first met your husband when you were 6? Oh, married. His 2 marriages later, we married at 21 and 31. Oh, awesome. Well, hello, Lynn. Yeah, so that's how we met, you guys. Plenty of fish. Do I recommend dating sites? Well, I mean, there are ways to, you know, meet. I mean, a lot of people do meet people on there and they, you know, live happily ever after, but you just have to be careful, you know, don't get yourself into, you know, one of those situations where, you know, you end up like an episode of, you know, Dateline, or after the first disaster you vowed never again, but a friend brought a friend to a bar I worked at to talk some sense into him. So what did I do? I married him. I was 46 and we were celebrating 9 years. Well, congratulations. See, it worked out. Aw. I like those stories. So you know what, I said, Blake and I both said never again as well. We were both like, nope, not doing it. And look at us. Here we are. Here we are with the basement torn up and we're going, oh Lord, what did we get into? You know how they say, like, don't build a house when you're, you know, that's a true test. Well, here we are doing a remodel, trying to get everything done for the wedding. You guys, look how pretty this is. So we just stained it with the antique wax, watered down antique wax. I'm gonna dry it a little bit and set it aside so I can go to the board. So let me see what's the next question. What's my favorite color? When I was a kid, my cousin and I we're like, let's see, 6 months apart in age. And him and I both loved red, right? So we used to have birthday parties, like, my brother and I would have birthday parties together because our birthdays were only like, let's see, 4 days apart. I used to hate that. I always wanted my own birthday party. Yours is blue? Well, I used to be red. So, like, do you guys remember when, I don't know why this sticks in my head, but do you remember when Can you hear my fiance with his heavy feet upstairs? He walks so flat-footed. He's so loud. He'll be mad I said that, but I can hear him. I'm sure you guys can hear him. But I loved red. Red was my favorite color. And do you guys remember when McDonald's had the Playland, like where you had the little seats, like they were like hamburgers and they were seats you sat on, and it was all cool over there, and they had like big birthday parties at McDonald's. My cousin and I, well, we'd go for my birthday or his birthday or whatever, whoever's birthday it was, and they would have a bouquet of balloons and you get to pick the color. Well, whoever's birthday it was, they got to pick the color, the balloon they wanted, and we both wanted the red balloon, so we always fought over that. But red is not my color because I have red hair, so I don't know why I loved red so much. I mean, Raven, is red's your favorite color? Gray's your favorite, Kim? My soon-to-be daughter-in-law loves gray. Like, everything is gray. So you guys, I'm just going to brush this on our paint sticks now. But my favorite color now, I'm going to have to say purple. Purple is my favorite color. Our high school colors were purple and white. I've always loved purple, like lavender and purple, just different shades of purple. I really love that. It used to be green. I loved green, but now it's more purple. But let me see. You like lavender? Well, I was working on a craft earlier and I was trying to find a color I really like. And you guys know that Laguna is like that turquoise teal color. I love that color. I mean, that's another favorite, but purple is probably my favorite color. So let's see what's the next question. Cheryl has. She says, I hate to cook, but I love to bake. Do you like cooking and baking? I do like cooking. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I do like cooking, and green of any shade. It sounds like I sound like I was like, poor me, I didn't have any birthdays. I had to share it with my brother. I didn't get the red balloon. Oh goodness, you guys, poor me. I do like to bake and cook. I don't do it as much as I used to. I do. I really do. I can get really lazy. I mean, like this past year, I just love to craft. So that's what I do a lot of the times. You know, I love, like Cheryl, when I was talking to you earlier today, I said I need more time to craft. This whole work thing gets in the way, and I just don't have enough time to to get all the crafting in. And you know, we're trying to remodel, and you know, I have responsibilities, and what's gonna happen when I get these two puppies, you guys? I mean, these two puppies, I'm gonna have to put them down here like in a little playpen, and they're gonna have to be sitting here with me crafting. Won't that be fun? Okay, so yes, I do like to cook and bake. One of the things I really like to make is you take sugar cookie dough, like a fruit pizza. I say fruit pizza, that's what I'll just call it. Take the sugar cookie dough and make it your crust, and then cooking gets in the way of crafting for sure, right? Blake will be like, what's for dinner? I'm like, I don't know, what's in the refrigerator? He's looking at me like, really? He made dinner last night, so we'll probably have leftovers tonight. Yeah, fruit pizza. I made that for his daughter's birthday, was a couple weeks ago, and she loves that fruit pizza with the sugar cookie dough, and you bake it, and then you use the cream cheese with some sugar, just white sugar, and vanilla as your like frosting, and then you just put fruit on it. Kids love that. So it's an easy thing. I'm one of those cooks, bakers, whatever. I love easy. Like it, you know, just simple, the complex things. Like I tried to make Blake tapioca pudding the other day. Like the kind of tapioca, like they didn't have the Jell-O brand, right? So I tried to do the kind where you have to let the tapioca soak overnight, and then you have to boil it, then you have to mix your eggs, and then you have to, your yolks, separate your eggs, do the yolks, and then temper them in, and then you have to whip the whites. You guys, that was a hot mess. It didn't turn out. It didn't. I don't know what I did, but you know, I figure if I screw it up once, I won't have to do it again, right? I love tapioca too, but guess what? He found 4 boxes of the Jello brand at the store the other day. I'm like, that's the kind of tapioca you need, or even the package. No, so I'm about to get some more antique wax here, you guys. You hate cooking, for one. Yeah, I like, well, like today it's really warm. We don't have our air on because it's not that warm, but it's like muggy because of the rain. And I was like, if you want to, he went to Sam's Club and picked up something, and I was like, if you want to make that, how about you put it in the microwave? Don't turn the oven on. He kind of looked at me, and I'm like, it's hot. It's hot. I want to turn the oven on. Plus, you know, we have the rate increase between 2 and 7. Oh, he should be good to go now, right now. Resume. You met your husband in high school and have been married for 52 years. Well, congratulations, Beverly. Congratulations. You guys, those are amazing milestones. A lot of people don't get that. They just don't get that opportunity. My grandparents were both sets of my grandparents were married over 50 years. I don't know. I can't tell you beyond the 50. If my aunt, I don't know if my aunt's on, if she could tell how many years my mom's, you know, that side was married. I don't remember. I just remember that my mom's parents were married 50 years. Was on my 21st birthday. Was their anniversary was the day before my birthday. So they had their 50th wedding anniversary party that day, and that was the day that I met my first husband. Turned 21 and went out to, you know, had to have that first like legal drink. Like, I don't drink, but that was the thing to do. This was in the 90s, you guys. I mean, I'm sure they still do that, but I'm gonna get the sides here just because. But yeah, I met my husband, my former husband. When is my birthday? My birthday is April 17th. April 17th. So my grandparents, their 50th was on the 16th. And my nephew, my sister's son, Finnegan, he was supposed to be born on my birthday, a little turkey. I always pick on him because I'm like, he just couldn't stay in there. He was like an emergency C-section. My sister always says, Kelly, he couldn't stay in there any longer. Well, he could have, but no, he couldn't. But anyway, I wanted to share a birthday with one of my nieces or nephews, but no, he had to come out a day early. Okay, what's the next question? Costco had the best tapioca, but they don't carry it anymore. Oh, you know, I love buying tapioca. There's a store down in Shipshewana, but it's expensive. It's a little container for like $5. Okay. How did I get into crafting? COVID. For some reason, I was on Facebook one day, and somehow Crafter popped up, and I was like, what is this all about? Oh, and I know, I started watching you know how the Dollar Tree pages? You know how it says things you might like? And I started watching a lot of Dollar Tree craft pages. They were like, people would post what they make, and I was like, well, this is really cool. Like, I didn't know about this. And so I started going to, it was about the time COVID hit, and I started working from home, and I just started, 3 sets of the same dates, birthdays in your family? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, so we've got this stained. But you guys know I'm not going to leave it. I'm not going to leave it that color because you have to do something to it. So yeah, that's how I got into crafting. And now I'm crazy now. Well, I'm crazier than I was before I started crafting, but you too, Jerry, you started, is that you too to this, or I don't know what you're YouTubing. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, Cheryl asked, when is Blake building or buying my she shed? LOL. Well, after what we just found over here with our windows and foundation, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So I'll have to stay tuned. We'll get back to that. Hello, Barb from Pennsylvania. How are you? Do you like thrifting? Do you buy something and then flip it to sell it? Well, I like thrifting, and if you could see my craft room right over here, it's got a lot of things that I've acquired. I'll say acquired. And one thing that I'm finding with my family, now I'm not complaining. Oh, starting crafting? Okay, awesome. Is that they like to find things in their house that they don't think they need anymore, and they're pretty sure I need it for crafting, right? So every time I turn around, there's a bag of stuff coming home with me, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do with this? Well, I don't know, I thought you could craft with it. You guys, it's I'm gonna need like a whole nother like wing. Like, is that material or napkin on that flower behind you? On this one? This flower? Is that what you're talking about? So you guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over this and we're going to do the crackle. You guys know I love the crackle. I'm going to do crackle on this. And I'm going to use the Waverly plaster like I like to use. And I'm going to use the glue. So I'm going to get the Waverly, I should have got another cup. I'm just going to pour some Waverly plaster in my lid here. Okay. And then I'm going to, yes, that is material. That is a, I think I made that on a live. I made that on a Dollar Tree, it's like a chip and dip tray, and I Mod Podged it on there. And I sealed it so you can hang it outside, and it's got rope around it. Okay, you guys, we're gonna use some of our glue. You know, I'm gonna put it all over here so we can get the chippy look. I hope you guys like what I'm doing. This is a Christmas craft. Remember, I got to build up to it. I got to build up. I'm not showing you what the Christmas part is yet until we get our surface all prepared. All right. What did I answer the questions? Oh, thrifting. Actually, we're going thrifting this weekend. So Colin, my son's fiance, Kelly, which we call EY, because you guys, I'm Kelly. His fiance is Kelly, but she spells her name with EY. So our family just adopted calling her EY. That's what we call her. We just EY. It's how we know when you say Kelly, we don't both answer. So we're going wine tasting. Oh, I can't tell you what we're doing because she might be on here. When you win the lottery, you get the she shed. I know. When I win, I gotta win that lottery. Anyway, we're going. Yeah, I can't tell. We might be doing some thrifting. I'll say that. I'll say it quietly, then she won't hear, right? I didn't see her on here. I think she's getting her nails done. I think that was what she was doing tonight. But anyway, yes, I do love thrifting. I love finding, but I like thrifting, but I like bargains. Like I don't, yeah, like that. Like I'd rather, like I went to an estate sale, you know, like the estate sales. I like that kind of thing. Like the estate sales on the last day of the sale. So, you know, you can get, you know, 50% off or whatever on the last day. Okay, you guys, got the glue on here. I got to get moving with my paint so it doesn't set up. I'm going to use my, I almost called it Yoda because we used to call my dog Yoda. My Kobe chippy brush. I'm going to spread it on here. Spread it on thick. It's called this because Kobe got mad at me one day and chewed my brush, and it's one of my favorite brushes, so we just keep it, and it didn't hurt the brush end. You're glad that I'm doing a larger surface? Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're just gonna spread this on here. So yes, I do love thrifting, but like I said, I'm kind of cheap. Like I don't know. I never thought I'd be that way, but since I started crafting, I like bargains. Like I like to take things that don't cost much money and make them, you know. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to spend a ton of money. But yes, I do. I like to, so far though, a lot, I mean, I don't know, I feel like the thrifted things I bought, I like to keep. Who's older, you or Blake? Well, I should bring him down here to answer that one because he'd be happy to tell you. I am older. I am 2 years, 2 months, and 10 days older than him. Because if I say it like that, it doesn't seem like I'm that much older, right? But if I say, you know, I'm 48, he's 46, you know, he's like, I'm younger, you're old. Yeah, I'm like, really? When I think it was the first year we were together, he like, apparently he had a moment and he thought he was like 44 and he was really turning 45 and he like argued with me. he was like, I am not. And I'm like, okay, what was the year of your birthday? And he's, because I know his birthday is 2 years behind mine, so I'm like, you are not. I know how old I am. Ding dong. So yes, I am older. I'm older and wiser and you guys, that's funny. Okay, let me get my heat gun here going on this. Oh my gosh, never add up how much you spend on crap, right? Never. No, those are things must not be spoken. You love bargains to make awesome things as cheap as possible. Yes, definitely. You're 6 months older, but hubby acts like it's years. That's funny. Oh, what's my favorite store besides the Dollar Tree? Is there another store? No, I'm just kidding. You guys, I love to go to Dollar General. If I could, you're 3 months older than Mike, Christy. You're a cougar. Judy, you're 10 years older. Oh my gosh. Judy, you are a cougar. Wow. Hey, whatever works, right? I don't want to say Dollar General's like my favorite, but I like finding, you know, like good, I like to go into Dollar General and find good things. The thing I don't like about Dollar General is that they're just, at least in my town, there's like, I'm not even kidding, there's probably 20. And when I say 20, it's very close to 20 stores in this area of like, there's a lot. And most of them are just trashed. You know, are your guys like that? It's just, stuff is just stacked all over. It's hard to find things. It's just, thrift stores, Dollar General, Goodwill are your favorites. Yeah, nice. I'm just really loving right now garage sales and estate sales. I really am. I'm loving that. Just because you can find, plus you ever like just look at the houses when you go to the estate sale? Like, I'm in the market for a house, right? So I'm always looking to see, because you know, like I just went to one over the weekend and I was like, well, this house is going to come for sale. It had a pool. It's going to be way expensive. But it was still really cool, and like to look at all the rooms. It had a sunken tub in like in the bedroom. It had one of those like old 70s or 60s, one of those wood burners that was kind of funky looking. It was like round. And then it was open to the bathroom. So it's like an ensuite, or like, you know how like in a hotel the bathroom's open to the room? It was like that. And it had one of those sunken tubs that had carpet going up to it, but the tub was down in the floor. It was really cool. Dollar General started out nice, but yeah, trash. Well, you know what? I said to one of the ladies one day, I said, I think the problem is you have tons of Dollar Generals there too, and they're a mess. Yeah. I think the problem is Dollar General is packing so much merchandise in these stores. They don't have any place to put it, and they don't have the staff to put it where it needs to go. Okay, I'm just wiping that side off, you guys. Yeah, they're totally understaffed. The one that's right by our house, like 2 minutes from here. Blake doesn't like me to go there because it's really it's sketchy, right? And it's not an old store either. It's only a couple years old. But there's just yeah. Anyway, one day I went in there and every aisle was blocked. You could not get down any aisle. Like, they just had those carts everywhere. Well, I went in a few days later. I guess I gotta drive this a little bit more up here at the top. A few days later, and one of the managers was there, and I said, wow, you guys really did good getting your stuff put away. And she said, yeah, the city shut us down. So they shut them down because they were like fire code violations, because they were blocking like exits and like the emergency exits and like the fire extinguishers. And she said that got the attention of whoever owns it or what. I don't know if they're all owned by if they're franchised. I don't know. I don't know. Because I learned that some Dollar Generals carry clothing and some don't. Because I like to buy, you guys have seen me wear like those sundresses, and I get those from Dollar General for like $6 to $8. And I like them. They're just like t-shirt dresses. But some of them carry the clothing and some don't. So I had to like go way out of my way one time to find one that had the clothing. You were in one today like that? Every aisle was blocked. Yeah. Well, they should be shutting that baby down. Yours is sketchy too. It's it's the neighborhood. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, you guys, here's what we have. We have our crackle look. You guys know I love that. So we're going to glue it on here. What do you guys think about that? I think that really, I think it looks super cool. I like the dark. I like the dark with it. Blake's having an issue. Hope you didn't hear that. He might have said a bad word. Probably stepped on, like, we pulled out carpet, you guys, so the tag strips, we tried to pull everything out, but I don't know if he's stepping on, get some of this out of the way. It looks cool. Thank you. You guys, I love doing the chippy look. And my garbage can got moved out to the other room, so I have to just throw it on the floor. You live in a small town and you have 3 Dollar Generals. One just got remodeled. Now, Athens, where I told you I grew up, has a Dollar General. Like, that's about, they have the gas station, they have 2 gas stations, like a Shell station and a Marathon station and a Dollar General. And a blinking light and a bar. A bar that's called The Office, so you can say you're going to the office. I always thought that was funny. All right, you guys, I'm gonna glue this on here. Hopefully I can get the glue on fast enough. Gotta go. Come on, glue. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoops. Oh, didn't fall off, but it was trying to. Okay, let me look at the next question. What's my favorite holiday? Well, for crafting, there's a tie between fall and Christmas, because I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I just love being with family and getting together and doing all those fun things. We're a close family. Hey, you guys, what do you think? Is that super cute? I love that. I love that. You guys, paint sticks are amazing. Look what you can do with paint sticks. Okay. As long as the office has good drinks. They used to have good pizza because, we lived like a couple miles from there and we used to go. It might hang over a little bit on the side. Wait, let me get it out. See it? I'm trying to hold it, you guys. It might hang over a little bit on the side. It just came out. But you don't really notice that. It still looks good. We'll flip it around the other way. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Georgia. Okay, so Christmas is coming into play here. Hold on, let me... of what we're gonna do here. I want to bring up, because I wanted to give credit for the person that I saw did this. Well, it's similar. I'm not copying, but they made this. Sorry, I'm looking at my old phone. I'm trying to find my Pinterest app on here. Like where did it go? Pinterest, there it is. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me bring it up here. Okay, so there is, well, It's one of those sites where it was like, it says Pioneer Woman, like it's like she did it, but you know how they tag a bunch of different crafters? So I was looking through some craft ideas and I found this one. Sorry. Come on. So I want to give them credit because it was there. And now, and I can only go off from what I see on here of who did. Somebody could have done this before, you know how, you know, crafters do other things. So I'm just giving credit for what I saw to, you know, what they did. Well, if I can find it, good Lord. It's just like, they had like 30 crafts in one article. So it's like, you got to scroll through and find the one. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I have yarn. So I've been buying yarn. Here it is. Okay. This is called a yarn tassel tree. Okay. And the tutorial is by a crafter or crafters named, shoot, what does it say? The dotted bow. Okay. So like bow as in B-O or B-O-W. First, it's your first time watching your crafts. Well, hello, Hilda. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoy. You would have guessed 4th of July, patriotic. Oh, well, thank you, Susan. I do love patriotic. You guys, I think I just love crafting whatever season. I really. Fall and Christmas, though, I was looking at some of the pictures from last year, and I was like, wow, I love the fall crafts I did last year. Like I'm so ready for pumpkins. Yeah, I love pumpkins and just the different ways you could make pumpkins. Okay, you guys, I don't have one of those fancy little what are these? What are they? Tassels. Yeah, it's a tassel. I'm like, what is it called? You guys know I always forget my words. So I'm just using this. This is 2 inches. Just a little bit over 2 inches. So I'm going to use like the width for 2 inches. So this is going to be like our piece that we're going to, you know, tie at the top. So I am just, this is that just yarn. I don't know, even, I don't even have the, it's green like a tree. Welcome to Kelly's Fun Time. Yes, it is fun. And I'm going to wrap this around here 30 times. Don't anybody count, because I might be off. Just kidding. Or somebody count and tell me if I don't. You know, I'll lose track and I have to start over. 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, was I right? Whoever was counting, was I right? Might have been an extra one there. Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna tie it at the top. Some people, it showed it doing it different ways. You can tie it when you pull it off, but I found tying it at the top before I pull it off makes it a lot easier for me. So I'm just gonna hold it in the middle and then just straighten it up. I'm gonna cut my piece off there. So it's gonna look like this, but I'm just holding it so I can. You're off by 1. I don't like too many or not enough, because I was pretty sure I went 1 too many, but I mean, who's gonna know, right? Okay, so I'm just cutting it at the bottom. You guys, I know there's a million ways to make these, and I'm sure you'll be like, oh my gosh, she's a hot mess. Like, this is how I was doing it earlier, because I was like, and I knew when I was gonna be live, I'm like, I'm gonna do this in the live, and they're gonna be like, what on the world is she doing? Because I was on the struggle bus, right, just trying to get it. So I actually gathered it all together like this. Looks like what, Cousin It, or the ghost on Pac-Man. You guys, I think I've inhaled some like some dust over here. I was carrying out carpet earlier. Too many, but who cares? That's right. You're not really gonna know there's 1 too many, right? I just can't count. Okay, so I just held it like this and looped it around. It just held it in place for me, and then I just tied my little knot. So you can tell me if that works for you. Whoops. Of course, if I keeps it together, it would be better, but hold on. So I get my little top of my tassel. Look, it now looks like a little octopus. That's what I was thinking earlier. I'm like, no, it looks like a little octopus. I don't know. You guys, I learn as I go, and I haven't done a ton of these, but every time I do them, I'm like, why do some crafters, they just like whip them out and they look so cute? And why do mine look so special? I don't know. Cracking you up? I know. If you can't laugh at yourself, like, who can you laugh at? Okay. So we have our little, it doesn't look like much right now, but I am going to just go like this, and I'm going to trim up, give it a haircut, right? Isn't that like a bowl cut? You just hold it in your hand like, like that. That's how you make them. And you wrap masking tape or electrical tape on the cardboard. It makes it strong. Oh, good idea. I really thought, oh, I'll buy one of those things. They have the certain ones you can do. But I was like, I've seen crafters just use cardboard. I'll just use cardboard. Save my money, right? All right, I'm going to trim this one off that was the knot. Just trim it a little because it sticks out funny. Okay. So you'll be happy to know I only have to make one more of these. So I have all the rest of them made, you guys. So you don't have to sit here to watch me make all these. But I wanted to make a couple and make you laugh and go, geez, oh, Pete's, she needs a lesson on how to make these things. I don't know. Like you said, you know how there's like more than one way to skin a cat? Well, there's probably a million ways to make these. But this is what I learned. Okay, let me go back to the dotted, what did I say? The dotted bow is who I saw make this. It's similar. It's not the same, but because it's not the same color, and the picture doesn't look the same or anything, but the whole making these little tassels into the tree is where I got the idea. Okay, hold on. I have to find where we're at. Favorite holiday. What's my favorite season and why? Well, so that's it. So I have to just run it into fall and Christmas. Like that whole time. I just love that. Okay, you guys, I gotta count real quick. Just a second. So we're on 2. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a little knot here. I think I'm on 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Was I right, you guys? I think I just went one too many, but I need to stop right here so it's at the bottom. I just need to go wrap around again. Was I close? Okay. So yes, I love, like I usually take off between Christmas and New Year's, so I just love that time to spend with family. Because, like, pretty much everybody, okay, we figured out that pretty much everybody in my family, they work for the government of some sort, or like my sister, they're teachers, or my son works for the government, Blake and I work for the government. So my brother's the only one who works in like the private sector. So it was funny. Okay, here we are, a little wonky. We're gonna do this one like we did before. I'm glad I don't have to do more than 2 in front of you guys. I only left 2 because I was like, okay, better leave 2 to do. Okay, just put a hold on it. Oops. For some reason, I'm not holding it well. It always goes better pre-live. Okay. My goodness. It fell out again. Okay, here we go. Get in there. All right, tighten it up. Crafters in black, that's hilarious. I'm the only crafter in my family. Well, my sister, she can craft, but she's just, lately she's like giving away all her craft stuff. She's like, I'm not gonna craft, so here, you can have it. I'm like, you're a little late. Well, where have you been? You only really missed Q&A and me being a clown, like as usual, so. Okay, we're gonna trim this one up, and then we'll have all of them together, and then I'm gonna show you what's gonna come together here. Hopefully this I didn't do the bowl cut on this one like I should have, so. Okay. Looks a little crazy. Okay, let me get rid of my yarn. You guys, Dollar Tree yarn, just yarn. I have all kinds of just yarn. Okay, so see all these? We've got a whole bunch of them here, you guys. I was busy today. Well, after work, I came home. I was like, I gotta get these done. Oh, that, you know, we were talking earlier about house things getting, you know, cooking getting in the way of crafting. House things get in the way as well. Okay, do we have any more questions? Let me look and see. Oh, I forgot my one friend Kelly says, do you have all your fingers and toes? Last I checked, yes. Okay, you guys, so we are going to arrange these into a cute Christmas tree. Okay, so I'm gonna sit these on here and see how I like them before, to see how it lays out on here, because I don't know. Hello, Sandy, how are you? So we're gonna have 5 on the bottom, okay? And then we're gonna have 4. See that some of them are a little fatter, so I might have to like try to get some of the, I mean, I don't know why they look a little fatter. To me, they look a little bit fatter. Then we're gonna have 3. And then we're gonna have 2. Ew, I gotta put that one down here because it has a little bit at the top. 2, and then we're gonna have 1. You guys, how cute is that? I don't wanna hold it up too straight. You know, right? What is wrong with family and work? I know, right? What do they expect? Dinner and like, they should know the deal. You guys, isn't this cute? I was gonna put a star at the top, but there's not even gonna be room for a star. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to put the star. But how cute is this? Okay, now I have to figure out how to get these glued on. So I need to start from the bottom. We have to, I think I'm gonna have to keep my row right here at the bottom. It's gonna have to be right here. I do have one of these little birch blocks, and maybe I could either just go like that, or should I try to cut the birch stick? Birch block, birch stick. This was from Hobby Lobby last year, and it was like one of those, it was really weird. I don't know. Oh gosh, I don't know if I can cut this or not. I may not. You guys, it's gonna fling across the room, watch. It did, but it's the part that I needed stayed here. Whew, that was, that was good. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut the whole thing. I think maybe I'll just do like a little bit at the bottom. Like, do you guys see that? Like that? So we have like a little bit of a base. So I think I'll put him on first. Let me make sure it's centered. Because that looks really cute. This little birch. Look at these little birch logs. You know, I saw somebody on, I think it was Pinterest that I was looking at, made like, took like pool noodles and like made them into birch logs. Have you ever seen that? Some people are just too crafty. They just come up with the cutest things. Like, how did you think about using a pool noodle and turn it into a birch log? I don't know. So you guys, I'm just gonna use my hot glue on the back of these little green tassels, and we're gonna put the one in the middle, and then, well, you guys, I'm always trying to do really like fun, cute, doable crafts, right? Because if there's something that's like, if it's super hard, you aren't gonna see me do it, because I just, for one, I don't have the patience. I really don't, you guys. I have redhead, you know, I'm a redhead. I don't have patience. I like to do things and get it done and be like, oh, like I need satisfaction quickly. Like, oh, look, it's done. It's so pretty. Like crafts that could take like days. Yeah, they're probably not. They're probably not. Okay, like my Wizard of Oz one, that one, you guys. I'm still on the struggle bus with that one. Okay, gotta find the shoes still. I haven't found any shoes at my Walmart. The American Girl doll shoes. I'm on the struggle bus with that. So I'm trying to get that. I was showing my sister that the other day, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to finish it. Okay, guys, there's our bottom row. I like how I can curl it up. It's nice. Whoop. Well, look, it just all slid right back. What's my favorite song? Oh my goodness. Favorite song? Oh, you know, I don't really know if I have a favorite song. You know, like songs you used to listen to when you were a kid, and then, like, if you were in the car with your parents or whatever. My dad, my dad was he was one of a kind. He would take songs and he would just make them his own. And I can't even tell you the lyrics of this song because they're a tad inappropriate. But when he passed away, when we were doing the video to you know, like with the pictures, we used the song, and it's Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys, and he just liked to change the lyrics, you know, a little bit. And so, but you know, when you hear those songs, you just crack up laughing because there's this story, you know, like behind it. So I don't know if I really have favorite songs, but when I hear those kind of songs from like childhood memories, it just cracks me up. But he was something. He had okay, he had a way with words, I should say. Your husband does that with songs? Yeah, it's not always appropriate, right? Favorite movie, Cheryl? The Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. Yes, favorite movie of all time. Yes, Wizard of Oz. Yes, I need to get I need to get on that. I do. It's gonna be so cute because I was just looking at it the other day, even with what I have done now. Because you know, I told you I got the witches stuff done. The witch, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Glinda. I've got their stuff done. Yeah, that's how my dad was too. That normally it was inappropriate. Yes. Oh shoot. My dad was one of those people who, if he gave you a nickname, that meant he liked you, if that makes sense. People had nicknames. We all of us kids and all the grandkids had nicknames. Blake didn't get a nickname, but he wasn't really around long enough before my dad passed to get a nickname. So he kind of felt slighted, like I don't have a nickname, like he didn't like him. I'm like, no, that wasn't it. He didn't have time to come up with a nickname. But yeah, he was just one of those people. So now that he's gone, and then my mom has, you know, her close friends will come around, and it's just like, I'm going out with so and so, and I'll use their nickname, like because it's like, it's just, he was just, and how he came up with nicknames, I don't know. Like, and some of them are just bad. Like, you can't call them that, Dad. Like, he worked in a factory for his whole career, was factory work. So I guess it's just what they did. They had nicknames too. And we always said that we were always worried that when we were growing up that we would run into somebody, because we'd always say, if we ran into somebody who worked at Post cereals, we would say, we were hesitant. I used to work as a dental assistant. I was always hesitant to ask people, you know, if they knew my dad. But we never found anyone who didn't love my dad. Like, you didn't find anyone. But we thought that was so odd because he could be really, like, abrasive at times. I was like, oh, well, that's good, because but we were always a little nervous. Okay, you guys, we've got this all together. Okay, what do you guys think? And you know what? Honestly, I don't know if I would do anything more to it. Originally I had, okay, I could do a star on the top, one of the rustic stars. But this was kind of like a rustic craft. I didn't really want to add a lot of like color to it. Like, I didn't want to do like ornaments because I thought it was like more like a rustic. But what do you think? Should I put a star on it or should I just leave it? What do you guys think? Leave it without? You like the star? I know, I love that it's simple too. Oh, that's right. McKenna didn't have a nickname. Well, Mason's was too easy. Yes, the star. Put the star on. Okay, a lot of stars. So, okay, I'll put the star on. Okay. Let me see. I'm just trying to look to see where I need to put glue for the star. I'm going to put some right here and some right here. You guys, I almost couldn't find these rusty stars tonight. I've been moving so much stuff around here. And it's like, where did I put the glue now? I was digging and digging. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't find the stars. Because I knew if I didn't have a star, somebody's going to say, do you have a star? And I'll be like, I can't find the stars. Try to get that glue strand off there. Okay, I'm just holding it. I think it'll hold with the top one. You like the star? Well, thank you, Lori. Yeah, Mason's nickname was too easy. So I don't know what he would have called McKenna. I don't, it's hard to tell. Of course, you know, I have my niece, that's Emma. Emma Jean's her name, but we call her Hacksaw because she's like a bull in a china shop. She's a little redhead. She's crazy. And she'd always say, only Grandpa can call me Hacksaw. Okay, you guys, what do you think? Is that super cute? You could just like fluff it up. You could even do like a darker a darker background. The tree would disappear. I was thinking like a night. Maybe you could do a white tree with like a dark background. Well, thank you guys. So just to recap, what we did is I had this canvas. I got a little bit of pink. This was a canvas frame, and we just took the canvas off. Keep that for another craft. We stained the frame with the watered down Waverly Antique Wax, and then I took, what did I say, 11 paint sticks, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 11 paint sticks, and then 3 to hold them together, the 3 free ones. And then we put the stain on the back, and then we used the glue for the crackle technique, and we put the Waverly plaster on there, and then we made these super cute yarn tassels to make our tree, and we have a little birch bark piece for the trunk down at the bottom, and then a rusty star. How cute, you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. You like the light background. Thank you. You guys know I love the crackle, doing the crackle. I love it. So don't forget, if you sprinkle, spread the joy, or SHARE, let me know in the comments so you can get entered in for my monthly drawing. We're getting closer to the end of the month, a couple weeks left. What else? Was I going to tell you something else? I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to tell you. I will be back Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another fun, cute craft. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hopefully will see you back here on Friday. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.